It had been about a week since we found the Flathead Lake monster. Mia was still a little freaked out by our near run-in with Quentin and his Leviathan cult, and she wanted to just lay low for a little while. There hadn't been any recent cryptid sightings in the news, so this was fine by me. In the meantime, though, I started looking into possible creatures we could investigate next. At least, that was the plan until the moment Mia woke herself up in the middle of the night. Sorry, just a second. Okay, yeah, it's recording. So Mia just woke me up. It's 2:24 a.m., but it sounds serious, so I wanted to get it on tape. Mia?
Well, like I said, I had a bad dream. Thanks, Fritz.
Alright. How bad are we talking? Is it related to your powers? Like the time I was kidnapped?
Well, no. At least, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you were yelling in your sleep, loud enough to wake us all up. So, what happened?
Okay. Do you remember a few months back, I was talking in my sleep? I mentioned a dream about a creepy old guy.
No, not particularly.
It was right before we started tracking down that number station.
Okay.
Well, anyway, since then, I've been having a recurring dream. Or nightmare, maybe? It's hard to say.
About a creepy old guy.
Yeah. I can't remember anything else, though. I couldn't even remember the guy at first. But I think it seems like the more I have this dream, the more I remember. Just little bits and pieces.
Okay, and what do you remember?
Well, his face. It's definitely the same guy each time. I don't know what he says, or if he even says anything. I can just remember his face, staring at me, smiling.
Yikes, that does sound pretty creepy. So, why haven't you told me about this any sooner?
Well, they're just bad dreams. I don't know, I didn't think it was anything worth talking about.
Yeah, but for all we know, it could have been another vision or something.
Ugh, I hope not. If that guy is out there somewhere, I don't want anything to do with him. Anyway, sorry for waking you up. And thanks for talking things out with me.
Yeah, don't mention it.
I sure hope I can get back to sleep now.
Hey, did I ever tell you about the first cryptid I ever saw? Not in real life, on TV.
I don't think so.
It was the Goat Man. I mean, I probably knew about Bigfoot and sea monsters to some extent. I did read a lot. But this is the first memory that really stands out to me. I must have been, I don't know, 7 or 8 at the time. I was watching TV one night, and there was this documentary on Discovery Channel or one of those other ones. I don't know if it was about cryptids in general or specifically the Goat Man. Anyway, there was this reenactment. No, I don't even think it was a reenactment. There was just a person talking about it, you know, attacking cars with an axe. Maybe a witness or a researcher, I don't know. But then they showed a drawing of it. Just a drawing. And it scared the hell out of me. I ended up having to sleep in my parents' room that night. Once I got older, I always thought it was funny that the Goat Man of all things scared me so much. Then again, that was before we met the real thing. Mia? Okay, she's asleep. Something about her dream sounds familiar? I don't know. I'll check it out in the morning. Good morning, sleepyhead.
Hey. Ugh, what time is it?
Just about 11. Figured you'd want to sleep in after last night.
Thanks.
Speaking of,
What?
Is this him?
Ever dream this man? Ugh, no. Creepy, but no. Who is it?
This man.
Yeah, this man.
No, that's what he's called. Just this man.
Oh, okay. What's going on exactly?
Well, your story last night, it sounded like something I'd heard of before. So I started doing some research once I woke up.
You researched my dreams?
Yeah, kind of. Well, no, not exactly. My point is, I found the story I was looking for. The story of this man. According to thisman.org, the story starts in 2006. A psychiatric patient draws a sketch of a man that had been showing up in her dreams, gives her advice, things like that. She claims she'd never seen the man before in real life, and I guess this picture is supposed to be the original drawing. Anyway, a few days go by, and another patient sees the drawing on the doctor's desk. He also claims to have seen this man in his dreams, and once again says he's never seen the man in real life. So the psychiatrist, they send the sketch to some of their colleagues, and sure enough, 4 more patients recognize this man, who, for some reason, they always just refer to as this man, usually in all caps. And then I guess it sort of just spiraled out from there. According to the website, from January 2006 until today, at least 2,000 people have claimed they have seen this man in their dreams, in many cities all over the world. Los Angeles, Berlin, Sao Paulo, Tehran, Beijing, Rome, Barcelona, Stockholm, Paris, New Delhi, Moscow, etc. At the moment, there is no ascertained relation or common trait among the people that have dreamed of seeing this man. Moreover, no living man has ever been recognized as resembling the man of the portrait by the people who have seen this man in their dreams.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a cool story, but apparently it's a hoax.
Really?
Yeah. It was all made up by a guy named Andrea Natella, who, prepare to be shocked, created and runs thisman.org. As best as I can tell, he basically works in advertising and does weird gimmicky art projects like this for a living.
Oh. Okay. So, you basically did all this research for nothing.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess. That's okay, though. It was just a hunch. Although...
What?
It does give me an idea.
Which is?
You should draw it.
Oh. Yeah. That makes sense. I guess I can do that.
I could share it on Monsters Den, too. Who knows, maybe we'll find something.
Well, I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I know, but couldn't hurt.
I guess not.
And so, Mia drew a sketch of her, this man. Her man? No, that sounds terrible. She drew a picture of the guy that had been showing up in her dreams. I made a post about it on the message board and spent the following days doing more research. I think I may actually be onto something.
What?
Your dreams.
Come on, you're still looking into that? They're weird, yeah, but they're just dreams. There's probably nothing to it.
I wouldn't be so sure. I got an email this morning from Natella.
Natella?
The guy that made the This Man website.
Oh, right. Wait, he emailed you?
Yeah. When you drew that sketch of the guy's face, I sent a copy of it to Natella. I asked him if he'd heard of any other, dream men.
Okay, and? What'd he say?
Well, all he said was, stay away from the lucid man.
Lucid man?
Yeah, as in lucid dreaming. It's when you can, control your dreams and stuff. It's a real-ish thing.
Okay. Stay away from the lucid man. That's not ominous or anything.
Seriously. I started Googling lucid man, and I didn't have a lot of luck. But I finally found this page.
Ugh, white text on a red background? What are we looking at?
Well, it's a secondhand account, and it was originally in Italian.
You speak Italian?
I do not. I just ran an auto-translate. It kind of sounds like garbage, but it's good enough for our purposes. Anyway, this was written by a person who claims to have interviewed Natella shortly after the whole This Man phenomenon started.
Alright, what's it say?
Well, apparently, Nightella told him that the project was inspired by a real urban legend. A legend about a figure that appears in people's dreams. Someone he would only refer to as the Lucid Man.
Okay, we've got an urban legend.
Yeah, but not one that I've ever heard of. This guy goes on to say that Nightella himself never dreamt of the Lucid Man, but he'd heard rumors. Only rumors. Apparently, people don't like talking about it. Nightella himself couldn't get any more details besides the face of a smiling old man. And this guy says that the Lucid Man is also called the Smiler or the Smiling One. And even though the site looks like it was designed in the 90s, I think this guy may be onto something.
Yeah?
Yeah. Remember how I posted your drawing online?
Just the message board, right?
Yeah. No one has ever heard of it. No one will say they've seen it. Nothing. Anytime someone posts asking about an alien or a monster or whatever else, you'll get at least one person claiming they've seen something similar.
So no one's dreaming of this guy.
Or no one wants to talk about it.
Okay, let's imagine for a moment there really was a person appearing in all of our dreams. The same person. This Lucid Man. What would that even mean?
Well, I actually went back to thisman.org. I know it's all fake, but they do have some theories. They run the gamut from plausible to crazy. Like, even for us crazy.
You think they might be relevant, though?
Yeah, I don't see why not. We'll start with the mundane and work our way up to crazy.
Just like always.
First up is dream imitation. Basically, once people saw the first image, they became obsessed with it to the point that it showed up in their dreams.
Since I drew the picture, I'm gonna go ahead and quash that one right now.
Yeah, fair. We also have the archetype theory. Do you know much about Carl Jung?
I know he came up with archetypes.
Yeah, I don't really know much more myself, but I guess it was a way of explaining how different people and cultures could come up with similar ideas all across the world. But according to this theory, the man might just be one of those archetypes, part of the collective unconscious that only appears to certain individuals.
Okay, I don't think I believe in the collective unconscious, but it could be like just one of those dreams everyone has. Flying, teeth falling out, showing up to school naked. Maybe some people just dream about creepy old men.
Could be. Next up is my personal favorite. As the website calls this one, the Dream Surfer.
Dream Surfer?
Dream Surfer.
Just making sure I heard you right.
Admittedly, it's not a great name, but it is a descriptive one. This theory states that there is a person out there entering other people's dreams through some unspecified means. This dream form could match how they look in real life, or it may be completely different.
So you think someone is out there popping into dreams?
Well, you did have a dream about me that time I was kidnapped, so it's possible that whatever powers you have, they can affect dreams or interact with them in some way. And between your grandfather and that Quentin guy, we know you're not the only one with powers out there. So what if, instead of sensing emotions, this Lucid Man is some guy that can sense dreams?
Okay. Sensing another person's dream is one thing, but showing up in one? How would he do that?
Well, it's like a window, right? Windows work two ways. Or maybe it's like the brain's, like radio waves. He can receive the signals, but he can send them out, too.
Shit. I don't like the thought of this.
Well, we do have one more theory.
What is it?
God. The man is God, and this is how he's chosen to communicate with people.
What?
Yeah. Regardless of what either of us believe, I'm pretty sure God's not just showing up in people's dreams.
And creeping them out.
Exactly.
That one's definitely out. So that leaves us with an archetypical dream template, or a dude that's just cruising through dreams. Awesome.
At this point, I had found enough to convince myself that I really was onto something. I spent the next 3 weeks doing more research and trying to track down any leads I could find. I was obsessed, but not really getting anywhere.
How much longer are we going to do this?
There's something here. I know it. People are afraid. I've been reaching out to anyone that might know something. Contacts, secondhand acquaintances, friend of a friend of a friend, even total strangers, showing them all your sketch. And out of everyone that's responded to me so far, none of them would agree to an interview, or even to let me quote them on record. They all want to stay anonymous, and they don't even know why. They all recognize the man in your picture. Some of them remember his eyes or the smile, but none of them can remember anything concrete. Just this sense of unease. That's how it was for you, right?
Yeah, but why are we even looking into this?
Doesn't it remind you of the fog? They can sort of remember that something happened, but not any solid details.
So we're dreaming about, what, some kind of human cryptid? That doesn't even make sense.
No, not necessarily. I mean, given that your powers seem to work mainly on cryptids, I'd say they have something to do with the fog, but I wouldn't call you a cryptid.
That's fair. But if it was the fog, why couldn't I remember more? I can see through the fog.
Right. There is that. I don't have a good answer for you. I do have one other thing, though. It might sound crazy.
What?
You said the dreams come kind of sporadically?
Yeah?
So, I've been looking at all the times you said you dreamt of him.
You know those were just ballpark estimates, right?
Yeah, doesn't matter. I think I found a connection.
Really?
Yeah. So, every time you've used your powers lately to find a cryptid, or listened to the numbers station, or played Polybius, I think they all correlate with these dreams.
I think you're right. What the f*** does that mean?
Well, Quentin could sense you when you were nearby, the same way you can sense cryptids. So, let's say there is a real guy behind these dreams. What if he does the same thing? What if your powers are like some kind of beacon that makes you easier to find? To go back to the radio analogy, what if the brain normally puts out, like, super weak signals? And then when you use your powers, it's like a big radio station with a powerful signal.
That's a scary thought.
Tell me about it.
So, what now?
I had an idea about that too, actually.
What is it?
Well, I don't know about you, but I do think there's a real human being out there behind all this. In all my time researching, though, I haven't found anything that might even hint at where this guy really lives, so there's basically no way to find him in real life. But
I don't like that tone. But what?
Why don't we try playing by the same rules?
You mean like in my dreams?
Exactly. A window goes both ways, remember? If this guy's able to get into people's dreams, there must be some sort of connection there, right? And once that connection is established, who's to say you can't use it as well?
You can't be serious.
Humor me?
Fine. How do we start?
And so, with all the research I could get my hands on, we started teaching Mia how to lucid dream. I would share some of the recordings, but trust me, it was a slow process, and boring. A lot of sleeping, of course. But after a few weeks, Mia started feeling more comfortable with the technique, and that's when I decided she was ready to take things to the next level.
You want me to try using my power while I'm sleeping?
Yes. Now that you can control your dreams, more or less, I think my plan should finally work. First, you're going to use your power on Fritz. If our theory is correct, this should get the lucid man's attention. Then, once you fall asleep, just dream of yourself. Focus or meditate or whatever it is you do when you're trying to access your powers. And then, see if you can sense him.
Oh, is that all?
Come on. You can do this.
Easy for you to say. You're not the one trying to go toe-to-toe with Freddy Krueger. I'll try it, but I'm getting antsy. We're hitting the road again soon.
Of course. Let's just give it one more week trying with your powers. After that, we'll get back on the road.
Deal.
So, that night, we got ready. Once it was time for bed, I started entertaining Fritz so that Mia could concentrate.
Okay, I can sense her.
What does she feel?
Okay. She's happy. Happy she's playing.
Jeez, I could have told you that.
Do you want to do this or not? Just because it's not insightful doesn't mean it's not working.
Of course. Sorry. So you're fully locked on or whatever?
Yes.
Okay. Great. In that case, it's time to start counting sheep. See you on the other side.
Wish me luck.
Are you okay?
It worked.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
I can't believe it. What happened?
Okay, so I was at a house party in the dream. Not a house I've ever been to, but whatever. Once I realized that it was a dream, I made myself alone in the house. Once it was quiet, I turned off the lights and started to concentrate. After, well, I have no idea how long. You know how time works in dreams. But eventually, I got a strange feeling and turned the lights back on. And there he was.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. I still can't remember anything about him besides his face. But it's clearer now. And he definitely spoke. I think he talked for a while, but I can only remember the last thing that he said.
Which is?
I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Ugh.
Creepy f***ing bastard. I'd prefer if we didn't try lucid dreaming again for a while.
Of course, that's totally understandable.
Field notes. The Lucid Man. Or the Smiling Man. I'll be honest, I don't know what to say right now. This is totally different from any of our other investigations. I mean, it's still hard for me to say whether or not this so-called Lucid Man even exists in real life. Hell, for all I know, these dreams are just some kind of weird side effect of having powers in the first place. Then again, if so many people have dreamt of him, does that mean they all have powers? That would be crazy. Anyway, now that I can lucid dream, I'm gonna do my best to try avoiding him. At least for now. If there is a real person out there, and there's some sort of connection between us, the last thing I want to do is make that connection any stronger. I mean, sure, there's nothing outwardly threatening about him, but can the gut instincts of all these witnesses be wrong? No one on Lucas's message board admitted to hearing of this legend before, but we'll be keeping a lookout for him now. End field notes.
The Cryptid Cases has been a production of Little Giant Monsters.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on iTunes or tell a friend. It really helps others find the show.
If you'd like to follow us on social media, search for Little Giant Monsters on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can also visit our website, littlegiantmonsters.com.
Check out any of these pages to see other projects we're working on, as well as a new Cryptid sketch every Monday after the new episode.
Thanks for listening, and see you again soon.